We almost had our first injury.
Gliding down a 350-year-old canal in the south of France, captaining your own boat with a glass of wine in hand. It's an absolute bucket list trip. Welcome to the Canal du Midi. But before you book it, what is it really like? How hard is it to actually drive one of these things? What do you do all day? And is it worth the money? We spent 7 days on a boat exploring the Canal du Midi, and in this video, we're going to give our complete and honest review. We're covering everything you need to know, from the boat tour and the lesson to the reality of navigating the locks, what daily life is like, and our final verdict on the boat experience.
We got our first injury. That is crazy. They're so low. I can't believe you got a duck to go under the bridges.
We're ducking. Woohoo!
Okay, so you just saw our close call, and that is the first thing you really need to know about the Canal du Midi. The bridges are no joke. Before we get into picking up the boat and the rest of the trip, we have to talk about the bridges. This was our biggest challenge, and it's something that you need to be prepared for.
Is it nerve-wracking, Dave, or are you pretty calm?
It's a little nerve-wracking, I gotta say. The canal's pretty narrow, and those bridges, man, they're the first two are pretty scary. Not too bad now once you get the hang of the boat.
Now we're going over a bridge.
That's crazy.
From Oms to Castelnaudary, we navigated through 45 different locks. We also navigated under almost as many bridges of different sizes and heights, over aqueducts, and through both narrow and wide channels, creating a unique adventure on the water.
We were surprised to find that we couldn't keep our canopy up to protect from the harsh south of France sun, as every few hundred meters we had to take it down to go under the ancient bridges. So make sure to pack a hat, plenty of sunscreen, and stock up on water.
Most bridges were so low we had to duck our heads and make sure to warn all passengers to do the same, or there would be some serious injuries.
Get down.
We have arrived in Oms here in the south of France on the Canal du Midi for our boat trip. It's such a charming town. You definitely want to get here early and enjoy a night out for dinner. There's a grocery store where you can pick up your supplies. There's plenty of cafes where you can have a drink. And it's just this charming village. We stocked up on our groceries and we're getting ready to head out.
Getting our orientation, getting the boat all ready for we head out on the Canal du Midi. Gonna be fun. Even if you don't have any boating experience, don't worry. The boat staff goes through the entire boat with you before departure and shows you how to drive it. There are speed limiters on the boat and thrusters to help you navigate. While we didn't find the Vision boats as easy to handle as the Premier Horizon boats, it still was not too difficult to park and steer as long as you gave plenty of time for the boat to turn and anticipate the route that you need to take ahead of time. The Vision boats are considered Comfort Plus boats, and after testing both boats, we would choose the Horizon boats, and we like the layout much better. Plus, they are newer and easier to navigate. You can check out our Rideau Canal cruise for a tour of the Horizon line.
So this is the inside of the Vision 3. All of the bedrooms are all in one place, with the front cabin hanging out here. Oh, this is very pleasant. So this is where we'll be hanging out for the night. We have a full fridge, kitchen. We got the grocery pack here. So this is they gave us this little starter kit. Let's take a look at the bedrooms. Okay, there's plenty of space on the bedrooms here. So this is a different setup than the Horizon. All of the bedrooms are all the same, so you're not fighting over different sizes. And it's a very nice bathroom.
It takes 4 people to run this boat. 1 person at the front, 2 at the rope, and 1 to drive. Here we go!
Working the locks on the Canal du Midi is quite the adventure. We recommend at least 4 people to take a boat vacation on this canal.
So when you're doing the Canal du Midi, one person has to get off the boat and get to the top, and then the people on the boat throw you the rope. Now I'm holding it up here as we go up. That water is rushing in.
Whenever you come up to a lock, one person has to get off the boat to catch the ropes from the deck and loop it around the cleats at the top of the dock. Then there is one person at the front and one person at the back to hold the boat in place as the water rushes in.
And of course, the 4th person is the captain, who does a lot of the work navigating through the locks. As soon as the boat is level with the dock, you can get back on and continue on to the next lock. Woo! I'm on the rope! One thing you really need on the Canal du Midi are gloves. The ropes are really rough and hurt your hands, and they flush the toilet water into the Canal du Midi, so you really don't want to touch the water with your hands if you don't have to. I wash them on a regular basis as it is, but the gloves come in very handy. So on this portion of the Canal du Midi, we take care of our own locks. There's a set of 4 locks here, and they're all about 1 kilometer apart. So you just get on your bike, la la, and you ride up, and then we have this little booth that we actually take care of the locks ourselves. So I just rode up here. When I see the boat coming, I'm going to press the button to start opening the locks. So they have a lot of trust and faith in people, I have to say. So now all I have to do is press the green cycle and it does all the work for me. Let's go. So the bike really came in handy on this boat on the Canal du Midi because there are a lot of locks where you have to get off the boat, and I just found that it was easier sometimes to ride in between the locks if they were only 1 kilometer or 2 apart. So I highly recommend it. There's hiking trails and a lot of the towns are actually a couple kilometers away, so it does help to rent the bikes.
Welcome to Trebs.
An excellent stop for the night on the canal is the town of Trebs. You can moor right downtown and easily walk to anywhere. This lovely village has walking paths, an olive producer, and plenty of places to eat. But the picturesque harbor is the perfect spot to enjoy the onboard barbecue.
Dinner time. Cheers.
It's busy leaving Trebs. This is a busy port here. Lots of tight spaces to get out of. Dave handled it like a pro.
There are plenty of places to moor for the night if you don't make it to any of the other villages or towns, and with a full kitchen and barbecue, you're self-sufficient. Dinner time on the boat. Cheers! Welcome to the beautiful city of Carcassonne. So we're here at the entrance of Carcassonne medieval city. Wow, look at that behind me, and that's just a little bit of it. One of the best stops on the Canal du Midi is the medieval city of Carcassonne, with its iconic castle standing at its centerpiece. We suggest parking here for 2 nights, as it truly is a highlight of the trip between Alms and Castelnaudary. The main attraction is the Castle of Carcassonne, and we took a day tour of it to explore the outer defensive walls and the interior of the castle. So we're inside the castle now, which is amazing. You come up upon the castle walls, and what you see is just amazing. It opens up in front of you, you see the church, you see the steeples, and you see the guard towers. It's incredible to think how this was built over centuries. Carcassonne dates back to the 1st century as a Roman military fortress, with the castle walls being built in the 13th century. It was in the 19th century that the castle was restored to its original glory. What is really cool is that the ramparts are all around the city, And when you come up here, you can go into the castle, and that's what we're doing now. Check this out.
So I would say it's definitely worth it to come in and do the tour of the castle, but also get a look at the museum for all the artifacts that they found in and around this area. It's very interesting to see how everything was built from the Roman times up into the further times down the road. It really is pretty amazing to see. It's very well preserved.
Within the old city walls, you'll find shops, cafes, and boutiques lining the ancient pass.
Plus, there's a luxury hotel if you are looking to get off the boat for the night, or you can just have some lunch there if you want as well.
And that was the city of Carcassonne. To highlight is Castelnaudary. This is a place where we spent 2 nights, and you can easily do a day trip here to Toulouse by catching the train.
Look at this beautiful harbor we are coming into here in Castelnaudary. Nice spot to spend a day.
Castelnaudary was the final stop on our trip along the Canal du Midi, and besides the boat offices at Amps and Trebs, there is one here as well. We spent 2 nights here to explore the medieval town while Jim and Janice went into Toulouse for the day by train.
Toulouse is a very walkable city, and you can see many of the sights in a day by just walking around the downtown area. I love this main capital square here. During the day, they have a great, huge market if you want to do some shopping.
We recommend visiting Toulouse before your trip to settle into the French way of life and soak up the atmosphere. It's a city that requires at least 2 days. But if you don't have the time, it is just a quick train ride and you can see a lot in a few short hours.
Toulouse is located on the Garonne River, and you must come down to the Place de la Garade to see the Pont Neuf and all of the sights along the river.
We have an entire video dedicated to the best things to do in Toulouse, so make sure to click on the links in the description to see more if you're planning on a few days there.
Back in Castelnaudary, there are enough activities to keep you busy for at least a day or 2 as well.
There are plenty of restaurants lining the canal, so make sure to get out and explore. Also make sure to take a stroll through the town to see its historic buildings, city square, cathedrals, and ancient windmill at the top of the town. It's then time to check out and gather up your things for your transfer back to Toulouse. So when you return your boat here from the boat, basically what you do is you give it a clean, unless you have the actual cleaning service where they'll do a little bit more. You don't have to do a super clean, but just so that it's presentable. And then you go into the office, drop off your bag. They'll come out with a technician, run through the boat, and then you're good to go.
And that's the end of our boat tour here on the Canal du Midi, and we are on the way to the Toulouse airport in our sweet ride with the executive road lies. Book 'em, baby.
If you want to learn more about traveling in France and on other Le Boat trips, check out our Le Boat playlist and our France travel playlist. And make sure to subscribe to our channel because we put up new travel videos every day.